On Monday, consumers of LPG across the country were left stranded because they could not get some of the products to buy. The LPG retailers across the country had embarked on a strike because of some concerns they had. From consumers who relied on it for their everyday cooking to those who depended on it to fuel their cars, all of them were frustrated due to this development. In 2017, due to the Atomic Junction gas explosion, the government laid an embargo on the construction of new LPG stations across the country as a plan to roll out the cylinder recirculation policy, which it believed would help forestall another occurrence of such a disaster. But this did not sit well with the Retailers Association, as they believed that they had invested significant amount of money into the construction of their new sites. Well, 5 years down the lane, the policy is yet to be fully rolled out. That is the cylinder recirculation policy. But then the investment of these people still hang in the balance, as they've not been allowed to complete the structures. According to the Retailers Association, about $10 million has been sunk into these investments, and that warranted their decision to embark on a strike across the country to compel the government to lift that embargo. Not only did they go on a strike, but the tanker drivers who transport the LPG to the retailers also embarked on a strike because they had concerns, and also in solidarity with the concerns of the LPG marketers. Well, finally, they have lifted their strike at a press conference earlier on Thursday.
Every LPG station that has stock or product has opened for business. So consumers should go to their favorite stations, buy their favorite LPG, and go and have some cooking at home. Today is a holiday, so they can enjoy with their family. But we wish this never happens again. For a businessman to wake up one fine morning and say that I'm closing the business that feeds me and my family, I'm closing it up, it tells you that what is following that person is quite huge and it's quite serious. We have lost a lot. In fact, we can't really quantify what we've lost for the past 3 days, or almost 4 days. But sometimes it's good to lose to gain. It got to a situation when our members were dying out of frustration, so we needed to step in to ensure that we rectify the problem. And we are praying and hoping, and hoping very seriously that we will not be pushed to take such decisions in the future.
The LPG Marketers Association have finally called off their strike after getting their demands met by the government. But we'll be going out now to interact with some retailers to find out how effective this announcement has been. I'm sure it will be welcoming news for them. Whatever the case, they obviously are also feeling the impact of not having to do business for the past 3 days. So let's go out there and find out what really is happening on the grounds. So we've come to one of the LPG stations here at Awudome, and we'll be talking to one of the operators here to find out when they started and how customers have been responding to their reopening. You're welcome to the Citi newsroom. What time did you start operating today?
We've started this morning around 8 o'clock.
I see. And so far, how many customers have come around? Are people coming in their numbers?
Our situations are normal. It's normal. It's not hectic.
I see. So I'm sure a lot of you also closed down, did you?
Yeah, we do.
How long did you also close down your business?
The past 3 days.
From the Awudome LPG station, we've come now to another one at Aveno to speak to the manager also and find out how business is going. I see you have a lot of people here.
Yeah.
How is it going? How does it feel to finally commence operations again?
Finally, I think the government have heard our crying, so we start working.
I see. But do you normally have this many people here on a normal day?
Not really. But because of the strike, they went. When they heard that we resume work, they start coming.
So what time did you resume?
Oh, about 2 hours ago.
I see. And about how many people have you had come around?
More than, as you can see, they start coming, so we still starting.
If you'd come here between Monday and Wednesday, you'd have seen droves of people gathered here hoping to get some LPG to buy. But today the numbers are quite few because many of them have been attended to. But once in a while you see a couple of them driving, like this taxi, to get some gas to buy. Clearly they all have heard about, or most of them have heard about the fact that these LPG retailers have resumed operations, and they are very elated about this.
We are grateful to God that it's over. Really, for me as a customer, we never had a problem because I've got 2 cylinders and one this was empty and the other one was really full. So we were using that until this morning when we heard that the strike had been called off. So we are grateful to God that the government had even listened to the plea of the consumers and had done the needful. Yeah, we are grateful to God.
So if it hadn't been for the spare one you had, you would also have been in hot waters for the 3 days, huh?
Yes, I think so.
Oh, I'm happy because since yesterday I didn't have gas. I didn't cook because of gas yesterday, so I had to buy food outside. And besides, the increase in price is also disturbing us. You know, every time I come to buy gas, I will see that they've added money. If it's not 10 cedis, 5 cedis. That is disturbing.
But at least you're happy now that you can get some to buy.
Oh, of course I am. When they told me that they had gas, I had to run.
Even though the LPG Marketers Association have called off their strike, the Tanker Drivers Association insists they will continue with this because their concerns with the trackers are yet to be addressed.
There is a tracker, okay? We are not kicking against the tracker, but the system in which the tracker is working is going against us. Simply because they will track the truck, all right? And considering our road, the nature of our road today, when you are on the road, even let me give you for example, from Achimota to Nsawam, look at the number of potholes, the condition of the road. When the truck is shaking, the sail is shaking, it gives a signal at MPA. Then it end up that the driver temper the product, he temper the sail. When you said the temper of the sail, you didn't temper the product, but the sail is indicating that you temper something. And a young man will carry it from here to Tamale or whatever, and come back, and you will not get peace. You get the point. So those are the challenges that we are talking about. This thing, if it must be solved, they need to solve it once and for all. That is the reason why we are looking at, because they have done it to us before. The moment we call off the strike, when you knock their door, they will not open. They will not listen to you.
The LPG marketers have called off their strike and consumers are happy because now they have access to the product to buy. But that may be short-lived if the Tanker Drivers Association do not also resume work soon before these retailers run out of stock. But then that depends on the outcome of their meeting with the NPA, that is the National Petroleum Authority, on Friday to discuss issues with regards to the trackers installed on their tankers. We'll keep an eye to find out how that turns out. Reporting for Citi News, my name is Michael Obodu.